Belichick. Owner Robert Kraft would have found a way to make it happen if Bill Belichick had shown enough respect and enough affection for Tom Brady to let him know you're wanted, you're valued. But that was not the case. So Tom Brady was hell-bent on going elsewhere to prove what his value was. And when you listen to these guys on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers speak about Tom Brady, it's not just guys on the offensive side of the ball. It wasn't just Leonard Fournette. It wasn't just Antonio Brown. You talk about Shaq Barrett. You talk about Devin White and others. You talk about Ndamukong Suh, who was interviewed by Greeny this morning on Get Up. And you talk about the coach that is Bruce Arians. And you hear everybody collectively speak about the leadership ability of this dude and how he galvanizes everybody. What you have is a coach who's also the GM in New England that selectively decided to ignore that component. In other words, this is my program. We're going to do it my way. The hell with all of that. And when you do that to somebody that old who's produced for you and somehow you missed the leadership component that he brings to the team and how he's able to squeeze out whatever somebody else has left in them. Then you think about Gronk, who wanted to retire and was shivering on stage one day talking about, you have no idea what I was going through. But now not only does he come back, shines in the Super Bowl, but says he ain't thinking about retiring.
They look like they're having fun.
They look like they're having fun.
Brady, the GM, is pretty darn good, too. And he brought back Leonard Fournette, all these players. All 31 points that were scored by the Bucs guys were all players that were not on the Bucs in 2019 who went 7-9. They all came to play with Tom Brady.
But if you're an executive and your responsibility is to identify and then allocate responsibility to somebody else, and you miss that, that's bad.
All right. This conversation to be continued. Brady, MJ, Gretzky. Did Brady prove he's the greatest in team sports? The fellas are fired up for this one. It's with heavy hearts this morning that we report the passing of our ESPN colleague and friend, Pedro Gomez, who died unexpectedly Sunday at the age of 58. Pedro was an ESPN reporter since 2003 and one of the country's foremost baseball journalists. I want to tell you a story. When ESPN covered the races, any franchise, yes, not player, franchise in NFL history, the undisputed GOAT, reminding us why age ain't nothing but a number. Huge congrats to the Bucs. Tampa, talk that talk.
It's been an amazing year. Amazing year. We got off to a good start, 7-2, and then had a little rough stretch where we kind of found our identity and played a lot better football down last December, January, and just really proud of all the guys, proud of all the coaches, the effort we put in. We knew we were playing a great football team tonight, and we got the job done. So you want to get this far, you got to get the job done, and we did it.
His leadership is off the charts, and he's a winner, man, and that's all you can say. He brought a winning mentality to a really talented football team that didn't know how to win.
All right. Stephen A., listen, I might have got the Bucs score right, but I certainly didn't get the Chiefs. Were you surprised by the beatdown that took place?
No, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. Listen, I picked the Chiefs to win this game. I knew that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would score over 30. I knew they'd find a way to put up points because I wasn't that enamored with Kansas City's defense. But I certainly didn't expect Tampa Bay's defense to do what they did. To get pressure on Patrick Mahomes, to pressure him on 32.7% of the snaps, I think that was the number. To sit up there and watch him scrambling for his life.
He's a good leader. One of the best human beings I know. Even a greater football player. I can't speak enough on what he's meant to me.
I'm just blessed to be next to this man. You know, he's the GOAT. He is the greatest football player to ever play. You know, and I can tell my kids I play with that man. I'm just blessed.
It's been amazing to have Brady come in and lead us to the Super Bowl champs, man. Like, there's nothing else to be said. Brady is nothing that he can't do. New team, new scheme, first year, going to the Super Bowl and winning it all. Like, he's the GOAT for sure.
By the way, I just want to mention Leonard, a heck of a game. He'll be on the show with us tomorrow. I can't wait to talk to him. Dan Orlovsky's in the building. And Dan, you know I have love for you, but I don't even know your wife, and I like her more than you. Everyone, please go look at Dan's Instagram, and you can thank me later. We will leave it at that solid video.
I was so mad, Molly. I was so mad.
I know. Cry, baby. All competitive. Oh, my goodness.
It's your day. You know what? I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad.
Here we go.
I can't even be mad.
There is one man in sports you do not bet against. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., who now has more rings than any NFL franchise. He's got 7 in 10 tries. I don't want to ever hear again on this show, Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom. No, he's not. The GOAT is the GOAT is the GOAT. Thank you.
You know what, Skip?
Start the show.
I can't even be mad at you today after what they did last night, that demolition. I can't even be mad, Skip. I want to be upset.
I'll just give you this. I like your bow tie. That's all I got.
That might be the only positive compliment we hear all day. Skip, what an entrance. You deserve it.
Yeah,
We
you
talked
deserve it. He
all
deserves
things about the Super Bowl yesterday, so let's dive in. What is the biggest reason the Bucs won this game?
Tampa Bay's defense was outstanding. Skip, I talked to Derek Brooks last night, the great linebacker from the
great Derek Brooks.
Hey, Brooks, he called through. I think the clock was ticking down and my phone rings. I see D. Brooks pop up. And I was talking to him, and he's like, man, that was an unbelievable. You had to see it to believe it. I said, Brooks, I'm watching the game. And I said, it's going to be hard-pressed for me to see a scenario in which a defensive team had a more dominating performance over historically great offense in the Super Bowl than what I saw tonight. I said, if you go back and you look at the 86 Giants, Skip, what they did to the K-Gun and Jim Kelly, you go back and look at Coach Belichick's team, what he did against the Greatest Show on Turf. You look at what the Bucs did against the Raiders. Rich Gannon was the MVP that season.
Yep.
Skip, there's nothing like this. Mahomes had never not scored more than at least 20 points. He was averaging 30 points in the games in which he started. He couldn't get the ball in the end zone. And what came to fruition, Skip, I said, I was concerned because you lost your left tackle, you lost your right tackle, you took your right tackle, put him at left tackle, you put the right guard, put him at right tackle, and then you had to bring a guy that hadn't played all year long in at guard, and it showed its ugly head. They played basically one coverage their entire night. Skip, they played cover 2.